Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which way will I take to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back?
What up? Welcome to the very first Kicking It with the Christian podcast. I am Beast, and this is Beauty.
Of course.
So, at the end of the day, man, listen, man, we want to talk about the relationship box, man. People need to know about the relationship box. It's very important, man. We have a lot of scenarios, a lot of things we want to talk about written down. We have notes. We want to keep this podcast from 30 to 45 minutes at most.
45 minutes.
You know what I'm saying?
Depending on what we're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, like he said, we're talking about relationships today, because it's something that everybody is usually interested in. That's the first thing. Like, we kind of did a poll with some of our friends, and they were like, "Yeah, let's talk about relationships." Okay, so that's the first thing we're gonna talk about. So
this is season 1, though. We want to give you 10 different episodes of the season, but this whole relationship podcast, it's gonna be good though. And we got brand new shirts coming though, so you get a chance to see them though. What else?
You're all over the place. But anyway, back to the box. We're going back to the box, guys, on what we're talking about today. And we'll talk about our shirts and stuff kind of towards the end, since we're just getting started. They're really, really cool, by the way.
The name of this podcast is called Relationship Therapy. And so you need to know that if you want to look us up, it's Relationship Therapy. And it's,
right. So yeah, that's the name of our podcast that we chose, just because we feel like relationships are always a work in progress. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with today's podcast, which is called the Relationship Box. So I know you guys are like, okay, what's the relationship box? What's that? So I mean, it is basically a box that we created for our relationship, and that anybody can use in their relationship.
But hold on, let me say this though. Most people in your relationship starts out with nothing in the box, but some of you trying to dig stuff out the box when you have never put nothing in the box. And so we're gonna talk about the importance of, the relationship box. I'm sorry for interrupting you, but I kind of want to use that analogy so people can kind of see, exactly like where we're going. You have to put something in the box to take something away from the box, So, come on, go ahead. Ready?
All right. So, like I was saying, the box is something that we created for our relationship, and that anybody can use in their relationship. So like he was saying, of course the box starts off empty, because you're both new, you're both coming with nothing. All right. Mm-hmm. It's all things that you have to add to your relationship box to build your relationship. So the first thing that we have is
trust. Let's talk about trust. We're gonna put trust inside of this box in your relationship. Now, how important is trust though?
Trust to me is really important, and I actually on my list that I created, trust is last for me, because I feel like in order to have trust is something that's ongoing. It's something that's built over time. Yeah. So for some people it may take weeks, some people it may take months, some people it may take years. Like, trust is something that you constantly have to show the person continuously. I want to use continuously. Continuously have to show the person you love that this is who I am, this is who I want to be for you, this is me. That builds trust. That's my opinion on trust, and I feel like it brings all of the other items that we're going to talk about together.
All right. So why don't you pick one now? The first one is trust.
So the first one that I want to pick out is time. Because time, and I'm going to go ahead and drop that in. Time is like how you start a relationship. You start a relationship by spending time with somebody.
Oh yeah, you gotta spend quality time though.
You may not even be dating. You might just be, kicking it. Hey, let's go out. That's time. You putting in time. So you have to put in time. no relationship don't work without time.
No,
I mean, what you think?
you have to put the time in. I mean, no matter. I know a lot of men feel like the commitment though. They feel like, oh, I gotta make, because with time, when they begin a relationship, times comes with money though. Times comes with money. We ain't talking about commitment yet. Did you put it in there?
Yeah,
okay. It don't matter. So if I say forgiveness, love, you gonna just throw it in there? No, you can't just put it in there. We got time. You take each one at a time. One at a time. Anyways, but time is very important though. To me, time is very important because I think personally that people, especially with men think that when they first spend time with a woman, it costs a lot of money. Because most women don't pay for dates. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of men try to avoid time. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want to spend time, but they want to modernize their money too.
How can you build a relationship without time though?
But I'm saying though, I'm not saying you can't build it without time, but men feel like money. You know what I'm saying? Like when you first meet a woman, you're spending a lot of money trying to court her.
But I feel like time and time again, history has proven that people who do not spend time together, eventually they're not together anymore.
I agree with that.
Because I'm a firm believer in people make time for what they want to make time for. So it doesn't matter if you working, I'm working. You're going to make time for what you want to make time for.
I agree.
Like when I was dating different guys, and they'd be like, oh, I'm working, I'm doing it. Bye. Like I'm on to the, moving on.
But I just think with a lot of men with that time, they also like to make sure that they're not wasting their money and their time. Because most women, y'all can just go on a date and y'all good. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all just bringing y'all body. We're spending our money. We're spending all of this. I'm not saying that.
But relationships are not gonna work without invested time.
I agree.
So I feel like couples, especially, should create a date night, like a designated time during the week that we turn off the TVs. You don't even have to go out. If it's a money thing, you don't have to go out. We're being frugal. Let's turn off these TVs. Let's make sure we go to bed early. Let's get this massage oil. Let's take a shower together. Let's get this massage oil, and let's just enjoy one another. I think that's quality time, and I think as women, we really enjoy that time better than saying, "Hey, let me take you to the movies," or "Hey, let me take you here," because I feel like the intimate time in an intimate setting with nothing on, and it's just the two of us, I feel like the connection is just better.
I agree.
All right.
So let me see which one I want to pick. I want to pick honesty. Honesty. I think it's very important that you be honest. Now, I know in the beginning of a relationship, you don't want to give all your eggs to one basket. You don't want to tell them everything. Who wants to tell them everything? Because everybody has flaws, and some flaws.
You should be real.
Some people have flaws though.
For the ladies I know, we're like, we need to know.
No, what?
Everything.
The first
so what
date.
are you hiding?
Not hiding. You gotta give it time though.
I'm not saying on the first date, but if you know that I'm girlfriend or wife material and you plan on taking me on multiple dates,
I got it.
I think about maybe a month in, hey brother, I need to know what's going on. What's popping? What's popping? What's good?
Hold on, so
what's good?
When you say a month in, what are we talking about though? Like
a month in, you should know as a guy.
What are you talking about?
A month in, you should know as a guy, like, am I gonna keep entertaining this chick?
Okay.
Or am I just about to just cut her off and move on? Because after about a couple, maybe few weeks, y'all get tired and y'all want to move on.
Hey, we're gonna move on because y'all,
Exactly. So if you're not serious about it,
really, then move on.
You move on.
All right.
Y'all can go see a piece of something anywhere. I ain't gonna say that word.
Oh, yeah.
But y'all can go anywhere, Jim.
Oh,
store.
Yeah. Easy.
See somebody else. Hey, let me entertain her for a while because I'm tired of her. She ain't my type.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's how so honesty is true. I mean, the thing you be honest, but for some men out there, some things you want to once you build that trust, then the honesty comes. You want to You don't want to me. You don't give them everything in one setting. This is who I am. I mean, you just giving everything in one setting. No, you gotta earn that setting.
Speaking of that,
okay.
Because we've been in restaurants for the past like couple of months, and we're sitting by people that are like on their first date.
Oh yeah.
And and that's gonna
most
be
of the guys always talking their butt off, man.
That's gonna be another podcast that we're gonna do. But it's just funny because that he says that because. It's like the guy is like putting all his business on the table and the chick is just like
listening.
Cause as females, we're listeners. Like we like to kind of check out.
Some of them guys need to shut up though. Let the woman talk.
I'm over here and he's over here like, man, he's talking too much. And I'm like, yeah, he is talking too much. So he's right, to a certain extent. Like you don't want to put all your personal business out there, especially like when you first start talking to somebody. You want to build, to kind of see where you guys are going to go before you start putting everything out there.
I agree with that. So, quick one. Let's see. What else we got on the table?
All right. Another one for me is big for me that is compromise.
Compromise.
Because, you have to compromise. And that's just what it is. Things are not going to always go your way. You're not going to get everything that you want. But when you come to a mutual agreement, or you say, you know what, last time I had my way, but this time I'm going to go ahead and let
I think...
it's about compromise. It's about coming to a mutual agreement on things, because a lot of things that he does, I know y'all probably saw me making some faces earlier in the video, like, that he does and says that I don't agree with, but we compromise and we make it work, and...
Well, I think compromise is very important because at the end of the day, you coming together in relationship as one, and so many people they separate, you know what I'm saying? And when you are separate and you're not one, then what happens is now it's like it has to be my way, So you're living under a roof with someone and everything has to be your way. To me, the relationship's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? It's just, to me, it's not gonna work because compromise is very important, And I think with the compromise. It's very important that you understand your spouse. You understand them. You understand where they're going. You understand what they like. You understand them. So,
that brings us to the next one. And I'm not trying to rush with compromise, but he mentioned this. He touched on this. It's selflessness. Selflessness is key. Like we listen to so many people, and their whole conversation is, I.
Yeah.
But you're a whole married person. Like you're not, there's no I in we. When you said I do, you became one. And so even now, like we're engaged, but we've become one. Like already, we're already prepping for the marriage. So there's no I in we. If it's we're together in a relationship, two people, then there's no room to be selfish.
Well, and I think, and also with being selfish, it's like. It just goes back to my old sports days. People, coach used to always say, "There's no I in team." You know what I'm saying? And just the acronym for team was something you might have heard and might have not, but it's together everyone achieves more. So if you as a team, you come together as a team and you take the I out of it and say, you know what do that? How can I please that person? How can I make their life better and get away from this is my life, this is the way I want it, you know what I'm saying? Like people, I hear a lot of guys.
We hear it a lot.
I hear a lot of guys saying it's all about me. This is me. This is my vision. This is my ideal. This is me.
And on the female side, it's like, I don't need a man. I'm doing everything by myself. I pay my own bills. I got a career.
Oh yeah.
I don't have no kid. They just go on and on. But at the end of the day, you want somebody. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Let's be real and not be selfish.
Yeah.
I mean, I was that chick. I was living alone, had my own career, had my own. But I mean, who wants to come home alone? Like, nobody does. So you have to get out of those selfish ways. And you may be in your own way. That could be the reason why you're not in a relationship. If you're watching and you're not in a relationship, that could be why. Because it's all about you. What about the other person?
That's true. But to me, man, I mean, even when I have friends that's always talking about it's just, to me, it's a turn off. Because it's like, but you're married, but you want everything your way. It just, life don't work like that. it just can't go down like that. And until you understand that, then you'll know where you're trying to go, you know?
And I think if you've been around people that have been married, you know, for a long periods of time, which we both have, and my grandparents, their wedding anniversary is coming up, and they've been married, going to be 45 years. And I've never seen them one without the other. Like, they're always together, and they don't make any decisions without each other. And I think that's part of not being selfish. Let me call my husband. I have the money, I can swipe this card, but let me call my husband and make sure it's okay. Yeah. It's not about, oh, you gotta call him before you swipe your card. You know, you got those friends, and they probably the single ones, ladies. But I mean, it's just about us being a team and me loving my husband.
And about the respect factor too. Yeah, it's about
and being respectful.
Yeah, because to me, it's a balance, you know. So
yeah.
My goal, your goal.
Yeah, you can go back.
Forgiveness. Let's talk about forgiveness, man. Forgiveness.
Forgiveness is something that is never ending. That's something that you and your spouse or significant other are going to be doing until death do you part, or, you know, until the end of it. Because nobody is perfect, and we need to stop looking for the perfect person.
Yeah.
Because there's nobody that's perfect. Nobody's perfect.
No. So, but I think also with forgiveness, it's a lot. Like when you mad at your spouse, you know, you have to learn how to forgive immediately. You know, try not to go to sleep without, you know, without, you know, try. If you go to sleep mad, then I'm telling you, man, what if you die in your sleep? You know, stuff like that.
Don't hold resentment, guys, in your heart, because, you know, it's not.
Yeah, but how can you say you love a person but you can't forgive them?
Exactly.
You know
and to me, you can tell if somebody's forgiving you by if they keep bringing it up, like they'll bring it up casually, like they haven't forgave you, like they haven't forgiven you. And so it's very, very crucial that you forgive people, because tomorrow's not promised.
Never promised. Tomorrow's never promised.
It's not promised. And so you want to make sure that you don't go to sleep without kissing that person, saying I love you, praying for that person. You know, sometimes we have to pray. It's hard to forgive, but we're not gonna say it's easy. It's hard.
No,
like
sometimes
you're just that mad. You have to say, God, look, God, come on, take this away. You know, I love this person. Cover him.
But
cover
they
her.
working my nerves.
They are getting on my nerves.
Yeah. So that's
but I gotta let it go.
You gotta let it go. All right, you go.
The next thing would be communication. Communication is a must. How do you feel?
I think with communication, I mean, it's very important that you both be on the same page. I don't care if it's finances. I don't care if it's sex. I don't care if it's the type of friends you have. Your spouse might not want you to hang out with a certain type of friend. You know, and to me, that's not good for a relationship. You know, even that might have been your friend before your spouse, but they might feel something like, I don't want you to hang out with them. You know, and it's just not, at the end of the day, it's about you two. You're marrying each other, so you should be able to respect that, or vice versa, you know. So communication is key, man. You know, like you said, swiping your card, you know, it ain't about that. It ain't about, well, I make my own money. Well, at the end of the day, it is what it is.
And I guess I'm thinking of...
Hold on.
About to die.
Yeah. All right, we back. Sorry about that, man. The battery ended up going dead, so we had to stop it. But we was talking about communication, so talk to me, man, about communication. Remember what you said?
I think we said they didn't catch. I thought it kind of.
Yeah, it did. We talked about communication.
Well, we just talked about, you know, making sure you keep an open line of communication. Just whenever you're going somewhere, whenever you have an idea about somewhere you want to go, maybe with your friends, just make sure you always let, you know, your significant other know where you go.
But what about the people that just do what they want when they want?
Who are you gonna be with?
What about those people?
I hope those people are not in a relationship.
I'm just saying, people just do
People
what they
in
want.
relationships
People
do
do what they want when they want. Nah, they don't care, man.
People in relationships.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right though, because they're like, oh, I'm grown, I do what I want.
Yeah.
But I think definitely if you living with someone, like,
Okay.
it's a respect thing.
Oh yeah.
For the most part. Yeah, you need to communicate, because if you don't communicate with me, I mean, you don't respect me enough to say, oh, well, let me make sure I tell Courtney where I'm going.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Because if that.
Oh, so you're talking about this though. Should a person in a relationship have a curfew?
But hold on,
Oh, okay.
if that person truly loves you, you know, they're gonna be worried about you if they don't know where you are.
That's true.
You know, or you
That's
haven't
true.
communicated that you were going here or doing this.
That's true.
You
That's
know,
true.
those types of things. Or maybe, you know, a bill's coming up and you went and swiped the card for $150 and you didn't realize that you guys didn't pay the light bill.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it's almost, you know.
That's gonna start an argument though, easily.
Exactly. So just make sure you communicate on a regular basis, guys. And even if it's something that you feel like your spouse or significant other is gonna get mad at, you still need to communicate. Like, cause I've been a victim of that. Like, you know, not so much a victim, but I'm guilty of that, because back in the day, like, I was shut down. Like, I'd just be like, you know what, whatever.
Okay.
You know, and shut down, but that's really not the way. You gotta talk. You gotta communicate. It's hard, but you gotta do it.
That's true.
All right. Now, as far as a curfew or time limit, you know, I think that's a respect thing as well. Like, respect me enough to come home at a decent hour.
Yeah.
You know, and it works both ways.
Yeah, bro.
You know?
It works both ways. So, anyways, next one.
The next one is commitment.
Commitment. And what I like about commitment though is you committing to this relationship to a 3. What y'all want? Where you see yourself in the next 3 years? Where you see yourself?
Like we talked about this.
Did we? So we got
I don't
commitment
know.
twice.
Maybe we have it
Probably
twice,
did.
but maybe not.
But where you see yourself in the next 3 years, 5 years as a couple? Are y'all growing as a couple? You know what I'm saying? I think that's very important that you grow. You know, where's your mind
Commit
at?
to growth.
Commit to growth, man. I mean, that's very important when you're in a relationship.
Yeah, because that means I honor, I respect. I want us to go somewhere together. Like, I have plans for us. I'm committed to this thing. I want it to work.
Yeah. So I think that's very important.
Let's talk about patience.
Woo!
Patience
Come on.
should be never.
I don't have no patience
ending. And I know for me, this is like, it's a must, but it's a hard thing for me because I have to be patient all day because I work with kids.
Yeah.
You know, I teach 8th grade, and you know, all day I'm with kids. I have to, okay, you know, patience has to come in as a teacher, and then I have to come home and be patient with my spouse. You know, eventually my own kids. So you know, that's something that I'm constantly working on, is my patience, because you know, sometimes you get like frustrated quick, like, oh,
quick, man.
God.
Ready to go.
But
ready to go.
Keep in mind that your significant other cannot read your mind.
That's true.
That goes back to communication.
Yeah.
They can't read your mind, so you have to be patient. You have to be understanding. You have to be willing to just, okay, let me slow down and let me, you know, be patient and talk to them about how I feel.
And I totally agree with that. You know, patience to me is patient in different ways. You know, patience in understanding each other. Patience in when it comes to, you know, time limit of certain things. You know, I mean, I'm a very impatient person. I really am. When I want something, I want it. You know what I'm saying? But over the years, I'm learning, like, hey, you can't get it when you want it. You get it on God's time.
On that note, like, I'm different. I'm like, okay, babe, slow down. Like, just slow down, because it's gonna come. Like, we're doing the things we need to do to get there. We're gonna get there. But he wants it, like, and it doesn't work like that. You know, God says, I know the plans I have for you.
Yeah.
And he's gonna give it to you, but you have to be patient.
Yeah, it's his timing.
It's in his time.
So I'm working on
that. And a lot of times, because things are out of our control, it's hard for, especially this guy right here.
Really?
Like,
really?
That is the hardest thing to resonate for him, because he wants it. And I want what he wants, but I'm like, babe, come on now. It's a process. It's a process. We gotta be patient.
I agree.
And through everything, prayer and supplication, where he won't, you know.
Yeah.
And I get it.
So, yeah. Let's talk about love. Listen.
I got love.
Guess what? But
That's
love. 2 acronyms for love. You might not understand these 2 acronyms, but I'm gonna break them down. Acronym number 1 is language of various emotions.
I like
love.
that.
Language. R. Acronym.
Trying to get points.
Hey, acronym number 2. Legs open very easily. I'm just saying. My bad.
Hey, that could be true. I
When you
mean,
love someone, them legs start to open up easily. I'm just saying. I'm just saying though, but I mean, love is very, to me, love, man. You got to love a person, love them unconditionally, you know. Love them like for a man, the Bible says you should love your wife, your spouse, like God loved the church, you know what I'm saying? You gotta love this person, man, with unconditional love. That means that even though I might be mad at you, I love you. I'm not gonna disrespect you. I'm not gonna treat you like crap. You know what I'm saying? Because I love you. So if I love you, you know what I'm saying? If you love your kids, you love your significant other, you're gonna try your best to make them feel good at all times.
And I like what you said about unconditional because hold on, we're gonna stop there.
Is there a condition in love?
There's conditions.
Is there some conditions in love?
Hey.
Okay.
There's some conditions, people.
What you
when
mean?
you say unconditional love, that means that I'm not looking at those conditions.
Come on.
I'm looking at just you. I'm looking at why I love you. I'm not looking at the fact that you threw my stuff away. And, you know,
throwing your stuff away.
You know, I asked you, you didn't even ask me if I was done with it. You just threw it away.
That's true.
Or, you know, you went out and bought something and I didn't approve of it. So today I don't love you like that. Unconditional love, regardless of what it looks like. That's what it is.
Got it.
You don't worry about the conditions. It's not saying it's not going to be any conditions.
Come on. There's going to be some problems in relationships.
Then there's going to be problems. No relationship's perfect.
Yeah.
We're definitely not perfect. I get mad at him every other day.
Hey.
Lord, him.
Hey.
My face turned red and I started getting crazy.
But guess what?
Y'all can relate.
I'm going to give her that love. I'm going to give her that love.
But I still love him.
I'm going to give her that good love.
Like still at the end of the day.
That love in that bed too. That loving right there.
At the end of the day, we haven't got to that yet. That's the last one.
Yes.
At the end of the day, I still love this man, and I'll hurt somebody for this man.
Don't hurt him now. Let him make it. Let him make it.
Humility.
Oh.
This is humility.
Oh.
Humility. You want to
explain
about it?
You got some notes? Notes.
I want people to be able to admit. You're not perfect.
Ooh.
Even me, I have to look back like, okay, wait, I'm not perfect.
Come on.
You know, we're not perfect. Like, we're all human. And so I just feel like holding on to resentment will prevent the relationship from prospering.
Woo.
So we have to learn how to be humble. Part of being humility, a part of it is being humble. You know, humble yourself. You know, it's not about somebody demeaning you or making you feel smaller than what you are, but sometimes it's just about having that humble, meek spirit.
That's true.
You know, and especially for ladies, especially my black ladies, you know, humility is a hard thing for us because we do it. We're caretakers. We're naturally caretakers. We're naturally strong people. We naturally have these big, broad personalities, and I think sometimes that prevents us from even getting into relationships because we can't humble ourselves. And that's part of being submissive. That's part of being a wife. You know, learning to be a wife, you have to be submissive, and humility plays a big part in that. And so if you're not willing to let me step outside of myself, then how can you expect somebody to love you? You know, when you can't even say, okay, babe, I'm gonna step back and let you do that.
Well, I think too for men, you know, men they have a big ego. You know what I'm saying? They have a big ego, like, you know, I'm the man and now you run the relationship and she do what I says because God created me to lead. And some of these niggas, my bad. Some of these guys, they are like, you're leading her to nowhere. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't even have leadership and you trying to lead someone.
But see, I think that's when the ladies start to be like, boy, please, I ain't worried about what you're talking about. I'm not listening to him. And I know black women, we're bad at that. We're just like, whatever, I don't care
Well,
what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
some men,
No.
some men, they don't have no vision. You know, sometimes the Bible do says that no, the woman is the helpmeet, and sometimes y'all have to help the man. But some men, they feel like, I'm the man, I make more money, nobody's telling me anything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, dog, calm down. God created this beautiful woman in your life
to be that neck.
Hey, come on. Hey, don't
they're the head and we're the neck.
Hey,
we kind of help guide them, you know.
Hey.
You know, like even with us, we're planning these podcasts and these videos. Like my baby, the vision is here, but me, I'm right here. I'm the neck. I'm the implementation. I'm the guide to this thing. So those two have to be aligned.
Yeah.
And so. I know the Bible says that how can 2 or 3 walk together unless they agree? Mm-hmm. 2 walk together unless they know. And so you have to make sure, you know, you guys are on the same page and aligned, and it's not just I run this.
Yeah.
I run this. He do what I say. She do what I say. Like that's not cool, because you telling that to your friends, it's gonna get back to them.
Oh yeah.
And it's gonna start a whole nother argument.
I totally agree. So the last thing we're talking about is
this one is sexual faithfulness.
Woo!
And I saved this one for last because this one is deep. I mean,
people be cheating though, like that.
It's deep. It's not really about cheating. It includes more than just your body. You know, it's also about your eyes, your mouth.
Okay.
Your heart and your soul, because you know nowadays we have social media. You know, social media can be a good thing, it can be a bad thing.
That's true.
Even one of your friends said, "I don't have social media because this is gonna get me in trouble." Like, no, it's not gonna get you in trouble unless you let it get you in trouble. So you have to refuse to put anything in front of your spouse. Refuse that. Like, I'm not gonna put anybody before him. Like, I may see a guy, he's a nice looking guy, and he has on a certain thing. I might want to get
that boy ain't finer than me though.
I might be like,
that boy ain't finer than me though.
I want you to get that, or babe, can you get that? And you know, he's really that's how he is too. He'll find something and be like, oh babe, I think this will look good. I think this will look good on you. You know. Oh yeah. That type of thing, but never to lust after someone else. I think you know that compromises your faithfulness. Like even just sending a picture, maybe you have a new picture and you sending it to your friends. To me, you're still lusting after that, and that compromises your sexual faithfulness. So with all this being said, I just want to tell y'all one thing. You said at the beginning of this relationship box, you had nothing in it. Now you have some things in it. So if you fill your box up, your relationship box up, now you can go and get something out of it. So now you can go give patience. Now you can go give time. Now you can go give whatever you feel that's in your box. But some of you remember that you started empty. So now it's full. All right? You have to put in the work to put these things into the box and keep them in the box. Keep them in the box. Because we have friends, like, we're getting married and like, man, after you get married, man, the sex ain't, you know, it ain't what it used to be. You gotta work to keep these things in a box. They don't automatically just stay in there. They will fall out now. They will fall out. Yes. You have to keep them in, and you know, I know, you know, we're definitely gonna be working to keep these things in our marriage. And you know, even if you have kids, guys, we don't have kids, you know, we hear that a lot. Well, you don't have kids, you don't understand. Guys, you gotta make time. Like, I know a lot of people that have kids, but they make time, you know. Oh yeah, you gonna make time. You have to find somebody that you trust to watch your kids, guys. And it's not always gonna be family. Nope. You know, I used to work at daycare for 5 years, and parents would, hey, you know, are you busy this weekend? Could you go? Because those are the people that are with your kids. You know, so apparently you trust them. You drop them off every day. So, you know, look into avenues like that, you know, for somebody to keep your kids, even if you don't have family or relatives close to you. But you have to make time for one another, because what are you going to have when those kids are gone? Is your box going to be full, or is it going to be empty? So, on that note, again, like we always say, this is the first ever podcast. It's a video podcast. I'm loading it up on iTunes, SoundCloud, anything. And it's going to be good, man. So remember the relationship box. Remember to hit that like button. Please subscribe. Please make a comment at the bottom.
And also that notification bell, you gotta hit that bell, man.
So
welcome to Kicking It with the Christians, man. First ever podcast. Let's go. What you gotta say?
No, hit the notification button so you'll receive an email update when we upload videos, which will be weekly. And we are out. You have been watching Relationship Therapy with Kicking It with the Christians.
See ya.
Good night.
Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which way will I take to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which road will bring me back to home? Which way will I take to home?